Okay, welcome to 5-Minute Bible Study. We will keep going. Matthew 13:36-43. And this one's called The Parable of the Weeds Explained. So we just told that story. Then he left the crowd and went into the house. His disciples came to him and said, "Explain to us the parable of the weeds in the field." He answered, "The one who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed stands for the sons of the kingdom. The weeds are the sons of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are the angels. As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil. They will throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears, let him hear." So initially, I liked that the disciples followed him into the house to ask him a question. I feel like often when they do that, it just reiterates that Jesus was approachable. You knew he was willing to answer your questions and hear your thoughts. And I just appreciate that reminder, and I don't want to take that for granted with every story. And then he said, okay, God is the one who planted the seed, who sowed the seed. It's actually me, Son of Man, Jesus says. And the field that received the good seed is the world. So the whole world, his seed is everywhere. It's gone to every single place, every person. The good seed, the seed that produced wheat, represents God's sons or children, those who believe and live for God's kingdom and not for their kingdom. But the weeds, those are the ones who live for the devil's kingdom, which is anything that isn't God's kingdom. If it's not God's kingdom, it's the devil's. I always feel weird saying the devil or Satan because I feel like most people just believe it's a fairy tale, but it's in the Bible. So anyways, the enemy, the devil, the sneaky one who slipped in the bad seed is the devil. And the harvest is when the earth comes to an end, when it's time that everything here, it's either heaven or hell. There's no other option. And the angels will be the ones who will retrieve the good and who will pull out the weeds. So the weeds will get ripped up first, root and all, and they'll be thrown into the fire where they don't stand a chance. They'll go up in flames, and this is the same for the people who do the devil's ways and for evil itself. Even if it's a passive choice is a choice that is not for God, that is not actively for God. You need to choose God's ways, and if not, you will not stand a chance when it's time to come for God to put in place heaven and hell. And then he says that he will delegate the angels, and I like it because it just reminds me that Jesus is the one who tells the angels what to do. They will pull out all the weeds, big or small, new or well-established. There will not be a single drop of evil left, not even the smallest of sins or the weakest of sinners, even those that are sitting on the fence. All hints of evil will be gone, will be removed. And then they will throw them into a place that is unbearable, but with no escape. They will fight each other in the agony of trying to find an exit, but there will be nowhere to go. I think that's just a hopeless feeling. To be living in misery and have nowhere to go, ever. No hope. And you know there will be nowhere. That's the place where it's truly over. And there are no more options. But the good seed will remain planted in God's kingdom. It will bloom beautifully in the sun, in our Father's world, thriving and beautiful and untainted. A beautiful yard. God will be in God's beautiful yard. And then his begging where he just says, please, if you have ears, anyone, everyone, please listen. Please take this in. It is so important that you take me seriously. And that has not changed up until today.